Hi, welcome back to Friend to the World HQ. We're so glad you're here with us today. If you've ever felt lost, broken, or like you've gone too far to come back, then today's story is for you. We're diving into one of the most powerful parables ever told, the Prodigal Son. It's a story that isn't just about a wayward child, but about a love so relentless, so unconditional, that it defies culture, custom, and even logic. So grab a seat, lean in, and let's uncover the heart of a father whose love never fails. A love that's always waiting to say, "Come home." In a time where honor defined identity, where a family's reputation was everything, one son made a demand that shattered it all. He asked for his inheritance. Not just wealth, but a statement that said, "Father, I wish you were dead." He turned his back on his family, his traditions, and the love that had raised him. He walked away into the world, chasing fleeting pleasures. But the world's promises are hollow, and soon he was left with nothing. Hungry, humiliated, and broken, he dared to think the unthinkable. What if I go home? Could I ever be accepted again? His return was unthinkable. According to the customs of the time, a son who wasted his inheritance among foreigners and dishonored his family would face severe consequences. The community had the right to enforce the kazaza ceremony. In this ceremony, the villagers would break a clay pot in front of the offender, shouting, "You are cut off." It was a symbolic act, severing all ties between the person and the community. For the son, this meant permanent exile and shame. And for some transgressors deemed unworthy of redemption, the consequences could be even more severe, even stoning. His life hung in the balance. But the father's love was relentless. Day after day, he stood at the edge of his property, watching the horizon. He knew the danger his son would face if he returned alone. His love refused to give up. His heart refused to let go. And then he saw him, his son, still a long way off. The father ran. Forget dignity. Forget the shame. He ran to shield his boy from the judgment of the village, to claim him before anyone could condemn him. He threw his arms around him, kissed him, and declared, "This is my son." The robe, the ring, the sandals, they weren't just gifts, they were signs of restoration, a proclamation to everyone, "He is mine, he is forgiven, he is home." But not everyone could understand such love. The elder brother stood outside bitter, asking why grace should be so freely given. Yet the father's love was limitless. For the elder son, for the younger son, for all who would return. It wasn't about deserving, it was about grace, a love that shields, restores, and celebrates. This is the love of God, a love that waits at the edge of the horizon, a love that runs, forgetting all dignity, to embrace and shield you from judgment. A love that restores, redeems, and rejoices, not because you've earned it, but because you are His. In Luke 15:11-32, Jesus tells this story of the prodigal son to show us the Father's heart. It's a love that isn't bound by custom, tradition, or even our failures. It's a love that says, "Come home." No matter how far you've gone, no matter how broken you feel, the Father waits. His arms are open, ready to welcome you back. So will you come home? You will always be His.